What's up guys, Pop101 here. Today we're trying something a little bit different with the pop-out chat so that I can actually see what you guys type as I'm working on the mods and I don't have to keep going back and forth. Hopefully it'll make life a little bit easier, so let's actually give it a shot. Today I'm going to be showing you a couple of the new weapons for Trials of the Shinobi and actually working on them. So, here we go. And while we're here, well, one thing we could do is actually share this. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's get to it. And of course we have this chakra receiver made by Darko. Brand new weapon in Trials of the Shinobi. I'm just contemplating whether I should actually make it do something or not. Because there's a whole bunch of things, because it steals your chakra and I think a bunch of other stuff when it actually hits you. One thing I could make it do is when it's impaling an enemy, it could take away their health. I don't know. I'm not really sure if that's a good idea to do or not, but I guess it's up to you guys, so let me know what you think in the chat. Chakra receiver. I mean, it's done for the most part. It's actually pretty easy. I can just use a mesh collider for it too. I don't even need mesh actually. Okay, so let's drag that in. And let's pull up the Darksaber next to it, because I spent so much time on the Darksaber that it's the best reference I have for the size. Let's delete that. And that. So that's the size of the chakra receiver, and that's kind of enormous. So you know what we can do. Let's make it 0.015. That is about the size I want it. So let's make this 0.2. There we go. Add a little bit of length to it. Exactly what we want. But for this weapon, it is super incredibly easy. Let's just get rid of these box colliders. Now we have our capsule. We only need one for this. Set that to 0. Everything is set to 0. Alright. Now I'm not sure why it's not completely symmetrical. Guessing it has something to do with how Darko made it. But I mean, just look at it. We really don't need more colliders than this. Honestly, just the one should be fine. So, I'm actually going to leave it. You know, since we want it to be perfect, let's do it like this. We can add 2 of them. So we can have one be right here. Let's actually make it a little thicker. Should probably shrink the size just a little bit. Control D, duplicate, drag it over. Now this one, it's going to be a little bit smaller. So what we can actually do is just drag this down a little. Extend it just a smidge. It's a little bit much. Okay, so that side is covered. Perfect, perfect. You know, being completely honest, it's a little bit excessive to do that. So why don't we just leave it like this? Don't think I'm going to get any complaints from you guys over it. Okay, covers the weapon completely. Let's duplicate it so there's 2 of them. Exactly what we need for it to be able to get imbued properly. Let's make sure we have our read and write enabled so it can be imbued. For our collider, let's stick that there. Add in our whoosh to it. Okay. Let's see now. I mean, for the most part, we don't really need to do a heck of a lot to it. Darko said that he added an emission, which is that. Don't really remember what the emission looks like. Okay. I mean, that's actually pretty cool for when it's imbued. I like that. Let's keep it. Just so we don't have to spend any as much space, as much size. Hey Jack and Lazy Bandit. I'm glad you're both lurking on the channel. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. Let's set the axis length to be pretty long. Let's do 6. Yes, they are the chakra rods. And they are pretty cool. The only thing though is I'm not exactly sure what I should have them do. Should they just be regular weapons that you can pierce with? Or, you know, should they have an ability? Like being able to steal somebody's health? Because I know they do something with chakra, right? Don't they steal chakra or... They do something to do chakra. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I watched that arc. And yeah, I like how it is. Put the whoosh up a little bit. Preview. Let's set it to be 90. So we can have this nice little curve on the chakra rod in the picture. Captain America shield that bounces a few times, then it comes back. Honestly, I don't think it'd be that difficult to make. I know there's about 1 million Captain America shield models out there. And I mean, I guess what you could do is set it so when the shield actually hits somebody, if there's anybody else alive in the arena, it goes and it hits them too. I don't think it'd be that difficult at all, actually. Were you, Viper, the one that commented on the on my Captain America shield mod. Because I think somebody did, I just can't really remember. Because at this point, with all the mods I have, it's a little bit difficult keeping track of everybody. Okay, so we have our receiver, we have our fly ref, which is sideways, and that is horrible. Not what we want at all. It receives the user's chakra. Let's take a peek. Yeah, Lazy Bandit. I was thinking of making them be spawning with the item spawner, but the thing is with the, what do you call it? We already have the shuriken spawner, and with all these different possible spells that you can add, it'll be really taking up all of the spell wheel. Now, I don't know if that's a bad thing, because then it's a complete mod with, I mean, already there's 7 different spells, total spells, at least in this game version. This Trials of the Shinobi 1.2 update. Okay, they generate the rods. They drain of him his life force. Huh. I'm definitely going to make them be able to pierce the body. That's important. Yeah. What I'm thinking about doing is just making it be able to damage the enemy. And honestly, for while you're piercing the enemy, any damage that it does to them, I feel like it should be able to heal you. I feel like that'd be something cool because it steals your chakra. I guess that's correlational to health. Might as well add that. Yeah, Viper, that would 100% require scripting. So if you do not know how to script, I would recommend leaving it for somebody else to make, or commissioning it from somebody. Because I know there's a couple people in the community that would, well, that make anything for money. Yeah, Lazy Bandit. Because I don't really know what else would be done. I mean, I could make it easily just, pierce, but my only question is something I'm curious about too. Can I make it, have it be pierce and blunt damage? Because I don't know. Because what I want to do is make it, although it might be better than the shurikens, you're right, but the way I thought about it was back when Itachi was teaching Sasuke, and Sasuke was super impressed by how fast he could just chuck the shurikens. And when Itachi first showed up again in the Leaf Village, and Kakashi was super impressed about how quickly he was able to weave signs to get the shurikens. That's something I was looking at a bit. And I thought that was pretty cool. What could it do? It is 100% possible for different weapons, or for different gestures to spawn in different weapons. What's up, Daryl? I just, being completely honest with you, Lazy Bandit, I have no idea how to do that. Not a clue in the world. Something I'd like to learn how to do, but as of this second, I am clueless. I have asked A to make a tutorial on it. I don't think it would be too difficult. Then again, I'm not entirely sure how he does it, so. There's no animations. Let's make sure to keep that off. And for this, let's add a custom inertia. Amaterasu. Well, I don't know if you've seen the VFX for it, but I can show you. Here we go. So here it is. So I'm going to make it when it's shot from the eye, the head level. It will, of course, go. And let's say this is it. It hits our weapon right there. It hits the world. And then these are the particles that spawn the black flames after it actually collides with something. It can be done. I'm not entirely sure how to make it shoot from head level yet. That part will most likely be very easy, but I gotta figure it out. No kidding, Daryl. Nowadays everything costs way too much. Trust me, I get it. I really do. And we add our custom inertia tensor collider so that the physics are better in game. That's done. Perfect. Now I have the pierce. So let's do one forward. There we go. Set it to, what is it, 45? Set it to -90. And let's get it to pierce. You know, I feel like this should be able to pierce both ways. So I'm gonna go do that. I'm not going to make it be able to pierce the entire way through, because that would kind of ruin the immersiveness of it. But just like when Pain sticks it into Naruto's hands, let's 2.5 duplicate it. Yep. You know, Shadow. You know how it is. And with this one, it's super easy. Flip it, set it to 90. And bam. Something cool if you guys did not know. You can copy the Y right here. Paste it in right there. Literally just set it to a negative. And it does the exact reverse. Except, something I'm just realizing, don't forget, Darko didn't set this at 0, 0, 0. So let's pull this out right here. Okay. I should make this into a spell, but then there's already 7 spells for this mod. So I'm just thinking, so as of right now, what I want to do is I'm going to make the Rasengan and the Chidori 100% included with the mod itself. But what I'm going to do with all of the other separate spells is I'm going to make them separate downloads. Would that be something that you guys would like? so you have the option to go in game without your spell will being completely full. Because I feel like that would be a much better idea. Yeah, okay, good. Glad someone agrees with me. Because I was talking to some of the team about it and they agree too. Okay, good. Now, is there anything you guys have not yet seen that I'm making for, what do you call it? For Trials of Shinobi that you'd like me to? That you'd like me to add? Because I'm open to feedback. And when you merge the Rasengan, what does it do? It just grows and then you can hit enemies back more? Yeah, I don't see why not. That could be done fairly easily. Odama. So what, the Odama Rasengan is just a giant Rasengan? Is that it? Yeah, okay. Yep, I got it. A flying Raijin sound. Huh. Well, I'm glad somebody got the merch. Thanks, Stephanie. I hope you like it. I'm actually waiting for my merch to come in too, because I bought one of the sweatshirts. Because for the creators themselves, they actually get a slight discount. So, alright, what I'm going to do with this one, because I need to experiment a little bit more. When you let go of the trigger. Yeah, but what if you have multiple flying Raijins? Wouldn't that be a little bit difficult? Because I mean, I guess technically you could make it dependent on the one that you currently have, the one that you just threw, but I mean, that's... I don't know. I'm gonna have to take a look at the script because it could be done. Just I'm not necessarily sure about that. So we have that. Let's actually do Darwi's sword. I am looking forward to this one. Now this was one of the weapons made by the lovely Aerospice, who has contributed 3 to Trials of the Shinobi. I'm going to show you guys those in a second. So he made the Chakra Blade right here, Darwi's sword, and he made Hidan's scythe. You can already tell right here that this is going to be incredible. So I'm going to show you guys that in a minute. You could do the flying Rasengan, but don't forget, with your momentum in game, you will still be moving. So it'd be kind of difficult to get, but I guess you technically could. Let's just pull out Sasuke's katana. And with my lovely naming that it's actually just called the Diary Sword. Let's do this. I was talking to a couple of other guys in this Naruto VR server because there's some guy trying to make an actual Naruto VR game. It's only being developed by him, and it's really not amazing. I mean, the ideas are there. It's not the best, but it's actually pretty cool. And just one of the reasons why I'm working so hard on this pack now is because I'd like to do that too. I want to make this like the Outer Rim, but for Naruto. So it can have everything, and where the Outer Rim lacks, which is spells, it will have, well, as you guys know, this has 7 spells as of right now. So that's something that this has that the Outer Rim doesn't. Let's delete that. Now I'm guessing, yeah. Let's try and find a weapon that's already centered properly. The Susanoo models, yeah. Look at this. So we have all the models. So, you know, I can make it so, like, let's say when you pull the trigger, it spawns around you. As of right now, we can't make this, or I can't make it a character model. But I mean, these are all, you know, individual. So let's go to this. We have it right here. Everything can be selected individually. So, I mean, technically, we can have Susanoo's. Now, was this made? Maybe it was. Shoot. Again, why did I didn't make any of the... Okay, whatever. Whatever. I'm gonna use this one. A spell that's a Kurama Cloak. Okay, and then what? You do extra damage, extra knockback, something like that. That'd be kind of cool. I was actually looking into making a spell like that earlier today. A strength spell. It's not. I highly doubt that's right, but just making it so when you actually have the spell selected, you do more damage, more knockback, etc. Ha! We got Willie on the channel. Alright. It's kind of an in-between. So, I mean, some of the weapons are... Well, if we take a look at it. So let's put this in real quick. This is a little bit more realistic. But I do like the combination between the model being realistic and not, like in between, because I think that would be really cool. So let's look at this. Little blind. I'm guessing that's the emission. So Wooly, if you're still on, something like this, where it's not, too realistic, but it's enough because it's got some nice textures. It doesn't take a whole lot of space, and it gets the job done. You know what I mean? So we have that right there. Most of them are somewhat realistic. I mean, just like this, it's not bad. Just don't look too hard at the bareness of the handle because it's got a little bit of texture, but it's kind of bland. But I don't know. I'd like them to be somewhat realistic, at least realistic enough that it doesn't look like you're holding a a pointy stick at an enemy. Because that's not really what you want in this game, or at least that's not what I want. A Rasengan that turns into a tailed beast bomb. Why don't I just have a tailed beast bomb in general? Where is it? Here we go. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but here is the tailed beast bomb that I made. There you go. And it's all the particles are done, made for it to be turned into a spell. It's just I haven't quite yet. Yeah, Lazy Bandit. I don't know. I also feel like it would just make a whole lot more sense for it to be a separate spell. I think this is actually sized properly. Yeah, the bomb is a bit of a circle, but it's kind of difficult to do in the particle system. And with playing around with it for a little bit, that's what I was able to get for now. So for now, I'm just going to leave it like that because I haven't even put it into the game yet. But it's more of a concept than a finished spell. Phoenix, dude, I get what he's saying though. It's not supposed to be like a circle, just how it looks. Hey Nate, how's it going? Ooh. And yeah, I was actually watching the C sharp for beginners. I'm really trying to learn that for you guys so that I can make this mod the best that it can possibly be. So I spent a couple hours on it today, just learning, watching the video, typing out a bit. And the fly ref doesn't really need a fly ref. Okay, let's oh, Sword of Nunaboku. that is not finished, but I will show you what it looks like. It is definitely something special, and it's one of the ones that I'm excited for. I started working on the script for that. So what I'm making the Sword of Nunaboku do is with the Truth Seeking Orb. Oh, Nunaboku. Here we go. This is the Sword of Nunaboku right here. Of course, it needs to be made black. I already have the material, actually. There you go. Beautiful. Oh, and to show you guys, one of the cool things I did, look at the emission. I did the emission myself. But when you imbue it, only this white part gets imbued. The black part doesn't. So it's kind of a really cool spiral, which I like a lot. But today, I don't think I'm going to release any mods. I might update one or two, but that's about it, because I know I need to update the Batarang mod. So what I'm going to do is make the Truth Seeking Orb. When you press the Alt button, the Sword of Nunaboku pops out. It animates into the Sword of Nunaboku. And if you press the trigger and the Alt button, then our Sixth Path's staff forms. But I do have a question for you guys. We have this Sixth Path staff, but where is it? Where did I put it? Nope. We have. See if I can find it. Not entirely sure where did I leave it in here? Oh, right here. Sixth Path staff. The actual Sixth Path staff. The one from the show. Now look at this, guys. The actual Sixth Path staff. We have both, because it changes depending on what's being done. But we have this. We have this. And there was another one that I wanted to try to make. His brother's, Hagoromo's brother's staff, because it's a little bit different than both of these. But not sure if I'm going to be doing that just yet. I might, though, because it's just a simple weapon that can be put in game. But we'll have to see. I agree, Daryl. I do like the real one better as well. But, everybody can... I do plan on some point of having all three in. I'm not entirely sure yet. The next beta, so beta 2 of the 1.2 release, will be released on Patreon. Hopefully, let's see, May 1st. That is the goal. So we'll see if that actually happens. But okay. Let's make sure to set everything to blade. And the blade isn't too important, but sometimes you just want to thwack an enemy. Oh, this is thin right here. I don't like that at all. Okay, you won't even be able to notice. Alright, there you go. Save it. Nothing on the blunt. Blade. So, I'm not actually sure if he really made a good emission for it. It looks like he did. Right here. But that's not even the emission, is it? That's the AO. No, that's the metallic. Oh, this is the emission. Huh, what do you know? So let's try this all at once. We got our this. That's the emission right there. Normal. We want it to be shiny, so let's make it 7, so it's a little extra shiny. And behold. No, let's try that again. Now this is Darui's sword. Okay. I'm fine with it. I think it looks pretty good. Now when imbued, those are the imbued parts. Now Aerospice definitely did a great job on the parts that are being imbued. I love that. That's going to look great in game. And the size is already there, so you know what I'm going to do. Let's delete this. I'm going to make it a capsule collider because I'm going to try to get into the habit of doing that more. Because with the capsule colliders, the collisions are a whole lot better than with mesh or with the, what do you call it? The box colliders. Alright, Nate, have a good one. And one more. That looks pretty good to me. Okay. See what we got. Yes. Duplicate it. Let's drag it over a bit. Now this is where it starts getting a little tedious. But because I want the collisions to be a lot more accurate with these weapons, especially with this one, there you go. I'm just curious about how thick that really is. You know, you're really going to even be able to notice? Maybe with this end. So you know what? I'm going to shrink the last, let's say. Yeah, I'll shrink these. Okay. That's pretty good. It's about as thin as I'd like it. Just drag it over. And of course you guys know with mods, sometimes you gotta finagle, just like this. Duplicate it, drag it over. Now with this, let's make these just a little bit thicker, maybe a little bit more. Okay, so now, if we take a look at our colliders, zoom in, bigger to smaller. And I think we're done with the blade. Looks perfect to me. Let's actually add in the Darui sword blade, this right here. What I'm going to do is duplicate this, name this emission, turn the emission off for this. The emission right there. Actually, select the whole blade, dragging this, and then the emission just for this. So it will look like there we go. Okay, so these both right there can be included for the emission. The front part is this right here, so what we're going to do is just drag that guy in there. Okay, that should be good. Dragging our whoosh, which is right there. So we can have some nice positive sounds. when we're chopping off some limbs. Lazy bandit, you have struck again. I am 100% going to make it be able to do that. That is an amazing idea. Oh, let's actually make this properly sized. Because Lazy Bandit, that would make the Rasengan spell so much better. I can do that myself. That's easy, I think. I can just make sure to add a delay to it. See, that's one of the main reasons why I love modding and doing it on the on video like this, live streaming to you guys, because you guys give great feedback to me too, and that's really important to me. Because without you guys, I would not have just written that down. I would never have had the idea. So good for you guys. It's a whole team effort over here. It's what I like. Let's add in a custom inertia tensor collider. Doggo. Ah, custom category. What's up, Doggo? How's everything going? Okay, we got our blade, we got our slash. Did we do our slash? Now let's do it. Huh. Not gonna lie, guys, I never noticed this. The depth of your slash shows with this horizontal line, because I've never actually... Huh. That's sweet. Let's make it so you can actually dig into the enemy a little bit. There you go. Cool. Definitely going to be using that in the future. Sounds like a good life, Doggo. Let's do 6. Yeah, it's good enough. Alrighty. We have done that. We will now set up our custom inertia tensor collider. Just like that. We don't have a fly ref because it's not necessary. We're not adding anything special to this weapon. Got the whoosh, the emission. More than 2 colliders. Check. No errors. Yeah, guys. Oh, what's up with this? No, we are done with this. Phoenix, dude, thank you. I appreciate that very much. No, I think it does matter, actually. So I've never experimented with this, but I'm guessing it's like the pierce, so it'll go in this much. Yeah, we only want this to do a forward slash because look at this. I mean, technically it could go backwards too, but in this case, let's only have it do forward. And then on that note, we can actually put some of the colliders that were in the back to make them actually do blunt damage. Let's take these 3 right here. Yes, your knowledge helped out. More than you think, actually. Okay. Cool, cool. Alright, we have our finished Darby sword. Read write is enabled. Yeah. Alright, let's do it, guys. Let's drag it in. Trials of the Shinobi is set as the default. Okay. Preview. Generate the icon. What do you think, guys? It's a little bit bright. What do you mean? Is it possible for it to be like the Chakra Saber? How so? Alright. Alright, Daryl. Sounds good. You want the Chakra Saber to be more glowy? Does it glow? If you can find a picture or something of it glowing and you just put it in the chat right there, I'll take a look. No lights. Still too bright. Don't like that at all. Let's try it like this. Does that actually have any impact on the weapon? Maybe let's turn the lights on. Let's only turn half of them on. Nope, half of them are on already. Oh, oh, the chakra blades. Yeah, I asked somebody to work on the particles while I finished building the weapons. So hopefully they can actually get those done so that it looks more like the shell. That would be the goal. Oh, what am I doing, guys? That's a big brain fart on my part. Hold on. Look at this. Look at this. Ready? Change the preview angle. There you go. Much better, right? Okay. Cool. Oh, let's actually just check on the handle real quick. Ha! Glad we took a peek. Handle's facing the wrong direction. Let's set it to be -90. And there we go. Now it starts facing the proper way. So let's go take a peek at it. Alright, there we go. Darui sword is finished. Now next up, we are doing Hedon Scythe. Now, if you guys want to stay with me for a little bit on this one will get tricky, only because we're going to make 3 different collider groups for the blade. Okay. Now just give me 1 minute to go grab a drink. I will be back momentarily. Because it's on the edge of the bed. Okay, guys. We are doing Hedon Scythe, and this is going to be the last weapon of the night. Maybe. Depending on how I feel. Huh. Daryl, if you are still watching this, thanks for becoming a patron. I appreciate it. You know what's crazy is we're at 23 patrons now. That's insane. I never would have thought so many people would have liked to play Trials of the Shinobi that much. Or learn how to mod. But I love that. I'm really happy. Oh. Just take that off. Because that was the wrong thing. Let's duplicate it. This guy right here is the emission. Okay. Handle is the handle. Emission is the emission. And just for some testing, there you go. Ho ho ho! Now that's gonna be an awesome imbuing game. Now this is something I can't wait for. This is gonna be one of the first actual scythe-like weapons. That's actually gonna be decent, that is. You guys want to know the secret to making a scythe? Watch this. Oh, actually, Darui sword is done. So let's take it out of that. But what we're going to do is steal it. This is the... What do you call it? It's Hedon Scythe from Naruto. So basically, in the show, he licks the blade, and then he becomes temporarily immortal. Well, he's already immortal, but becomes more immortal, I guess. Not gonna lie, I have only tried the medieval mega pack once or twice for about a minute each, and I really don't know how to compare it to anything. I just haven't tried it enough. I mean, everybody else likes it, so I assume it's great, but I myself haven't. But if you say it's good, I guess it's probably worth a download, right? He curses the person's blood. Ah, okay. Oh yeah, that's right, because when he takes damage, they're the one that takes damage. Why don't you like the scythes, Lazy Bandit? Is there a reason? Nope. Ah, this is the cleaver sword. I'm just trying to get a reference for the size. Okay. That's gonna be as big as his body, at least almost. And Hedon's scythe is also just as big as his body. I say those are actually about the same, to be honest. They're too big and the grip is weird. Interesting. Okay, and a size comparison to the Darksaber. Oh. Well, looks like we're going to have to remake Darui's sword. So let's move that. Probably should have had the Darksaber closer to begin with. This just needs to be made a whole lot bigger. So how to do that, we're going to take all the colliders. And the mesh. Let's scale it all up. Bam. I'd say that should be massive enough. If we want it to be as big as the body, that is too massive. Let's take those. Let's try it here. I feel like this would be a lot better. So I'm going to have this be the size in game. Now we're just going to have to do a couple quick little edits. Put the holder point back there. Since I grabbed the colliders, all the colliders scaled along with it, which is perfect. Slash, unfortunately, does not. So what we're going to have to do... Oh yeah, this is going to be massive now. Perfect. You're working on the Itachi player model. A Giraffe already did the Itachi player model for Trials of the Shinobi. So I don't know what to tell you, Daryl. All the Naruto stuff is being included in Trials of the Shinobi. I mean, if you want... Honestly, I mean, if you wanted to help out and do some of the bone values for some of the models for Trials of the Shinobi and become part of the team, that I'd actually love that. I guess it's up to you or not. But if you do, then you get to play Trials of Shinobi, this beta update, for free. Because you don't need to be a patron for it. Everyone that works on the project, I send it to. So I guess that's a tidbit of knowledge for everybody else. That if you guys want to work on the project, if you want to help out with the player models, because there's so many of them, just hit me up and we can talk about it. Got it. Let's set it to 0.3. Save it. Okay. Preview is not scaled either. That should be good. Inertia tensor collider. Width is actually still good. Size is now almost good. Yep, I don't blame you. Honestly, I don't even really touch Blade and Sorcery anymore either. I could make the voice lines, but I opted against it only because I know hearing that over and over and over when you use the spells in game, it just, I wouldn't personally like it. And I know a bunch of the other people that, let's say, they don't know Naruto and they end up getting the pack, because regardless of knowing Naruto or not, the spells and the weapons and everything, they're really cool. There's a lot of different abilities to them too. But so Slash is done. That's all set up. Alright, Darui's sword is finished again. Yeah, exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong, it'd still be awesome. But, maybe not as awesome as you'd think. At least for me personally, I'd get tired of it. You say it out loud anyways. I respect that. I really do. Custom NPCs are definitely getting voice lines. Darko actually coded it, or started coding it. I haven't checked up on him in a bit about it. He coded it so that when Naruto and Sasuke spawn in the arena together, whether they're fighting me or one of them is with me, one of them is an ally, one of them is an enemy, however it works, when they both spawn in the arena at the same time, sometimes they will both yell at each other. Their iconic lines, like them yelling Naruto or one of them yelling Sasuke, and then just a couple different lines back and forth like that. But it's to help with the immersion a little bit, and it's actually just really cool in general. And I definitely think it's a great idea. Let's delete that now that we have a size reference. Actually, let's take a look at this for another size reference. Actually, for one of the big weapons, I don't know why I didn't do this before. Zabuza's blade. Okay, good. It's not as big as Zabuza's. Zabuza's is massive. Oh. Bless me. Okay. Let's pull out the Samehada too. Now that the Samehada's bigger. You know, guys, what I'm thinking, I'm gonna actually make it a little bigger, just slightly. Shadow Possession Jutsu. There was a mod back in U7. I forget what it was. It was a giant pack with a couple different maps, like 20 to 30 weapons. One of the items in the pack is it selects whatever enemy is closest to you, and you take over their body. So that is literally Shadow Possession Jutsu. Breakable environments would be awesome. Can most likely be done with a lot of work, but that is not something I plan on doing at this moment. Oh, also, I don't know if I showed you guys this, but we have the map that we're working on, the Final Valley. Let me show you guys this first. So we have literally the Final Valley. It needs to get textured, but of course we have Madara, Hashirama, and this is the valley. The water will go there. This is the waterfall. That would destroy your computer. Very funny. Okay. For heat on scythe, let's do point. Huh. Actually, now that I think about it, he did scale all the weapons. So you know what, actually? It's big, but it's not too big. Let's see, compared to the Hirame Kare. Yeah, I'm keeping heat on scythe that big. And Darui's sword, you know. Darui's sword is kind of small compared to it. Yeah, we'll see how it is in game. If it's not big enough yet, it'll get changed. Easy peasy. Alright. I will say, Daryl, it would definitely be worth it to have breakable environments. Something I'll look into in the future. 100%. Hey, this is going to be a bit of a nightmare, but let's get it to do it. Let's get it to work. Hey, Chris. I appreciate the kind words. And I hope you and everybody else loves the pack. Because there is definitely a lot of stuff going into it. Oh, we're getting a lot of celebrities coming in today. We had Wooly, Doggo from the Discord, Chris. We're getting everybody. That goes to the top. Yeah, let's give this a little more. Yep, that's perfect. Alright. Handle done. Oh, speaking of handles. Did I change that? Haha. That would have been very unfortunate. Alrighty. And let's grab up to there. That should be a good spot. Okay. That's done. Let's get rid of all those lovely colliders. Except for that one. I will show you guys why. Because we're going to make these blades out of capsule colliders. It's going to be a little bit annoying, but we're going to get it done. So just bear with me. And for now, Let's just start with the top one. I know it's going to be really annoying to do, so we're going to do that last. So, question for you guys. How should these slash you? I mean, should they even slash you? Because I don't know how well that would even work. Switching NPC positions, that would be cool. But I don't really know how that would work because, I mean, you could make it as a spell. It wouldn't work as a weapon. You could add it to a level. So basically, you could just push a couple buttons on the remote at the same time, and then it could do it to the nearest enemy or the enemy that's in your view. But exactly, Phoenix dude, it just doesn't really make sense. What I can do is try and finagle with it and get it to slash like this. I mean, I figure why not, so when you just try and push it at the enemy, it can slash. Because with these, I want them to be able to pierce the enemy. Alright. Let's get this in the center. Alright, perfect. Let's give you a little bit more playroom where your hands can go. Yeah, I think that's perfect. Okay. This is going to be a nightmare to set up. Oh, Phoenix dude, I didn't know that. I didn't know that you can switch places with them. I only thought that it would teleport you behind them. I gotta talk to Husky about that. Maybe I can add that as a spell to Trials of the Shinobi. Or something similar. Because I feel like that would, well, that does fit in perfectly. And this one 100% needs an inertia tensor collider to make it react better with the world, because without it, this would be very not fun to do. Planetary devastation. Okay, guys, I love the ideas, but you gotta remember this is just VR. You know, I can only do so much with it. You know, it can be done. It's just how would that even really work, you know? I guess. I mean, I guess it can be done like that, Phoenix dude. It's just I don't really know, you know. It's quite a big task. And getting all the VFX and everything. You'd use it a couple times, but then after using it, it's not a very practical spell. You know what I mean? you wouldn't just use that to kill every single enemy because it would take time to build up. It'd take time to encase them in all the rocks into the ball. Planetary devastation would blue screen. You're right about that. Yeah, it's not really for blade and sorcery. Agreed, Daryl. If you hold a weapon and hit spell select, it makes the weapon glow yellow. Then yeah, it would definitely be the sickest blue screen, Lazy Bandit. 100%. I agree with you. It'd be awesome. And you know, the spell might work for a solid 5 seconds. But then after that, you know, it's a very cool idea. Definitely one that I've thought of. So don't get me wrong. It's just for Blade and Sorcery VR, it's not really the most practical thing. It could be similar to the earthbending mod. I get that. Just not entirely sure how practical it would really be. So what I can tell you, Daryl, though, is what you should probably do is just get either the wings mod or use slow-mo while doing a super jump. Because I guess levitating would be really cool, but um, I don't know, it's not really practical because there's other mods that will allow you to do that. It's just adding that ability. I don't know. Not everybody would want to be able to fly or levitate. And agreed, Phoenix dude. Let's do. Cool, cool. Alright, guys, let's see how well this works. Well, Mesh Collider's out. Shoot, what did... No, the wings mod is actually flying. So you just double tap the jump button and you can fly around. It works very well. Except with my controller because it's broken, but physics creator. And let's try it. is a child. I've never actually used this collider making script, but I figure in this case, I'm desperate. Let's give it a shot. Nope. Alright. I feel like that's good. Look at this garbage. It's terrible. Hold on. I gotta get Drags to show me how to use this again because this... I'm open to other suggestions right now. Alright, young Max, have a good one. And yes, Phoenix dude, it is possible for them to be an exact copy. I just need to figure that out. Wow, that's a lovely colliders. Drags, tell me what I did wrong. My gosh. Hockey from One Piece. Hacky. Never seen One Piece, I have no idea. You're gonna have to give me a bit of info. Well, it's certainly interesting.
Hello, I'm going to take you through the Technophysics test. You're looking pretty good. So, actually pretty good. So 11 years old, I'm stuck paying that. They split this into two separate levels. This one has one ready to be.
Okay, guys. How about we try this one more time? Oh. So delete the generated. Delete colliders. How do I unpaint? There you go. Okay. Let's try this out. Let's try just doing the top one first. Nope. Okay. This is garbage. Why did Drag suggest this? That sucked. Well, yeah, if you guys do have any mod ideas, just message me, or just put them in the mod suggestions portion of the Discord server. That'd be the best place. And keep in mind, the only anime that I've ever actually watched is Naruto. So, yeah. Alright, let's see if it works. Might cause the YouTube to lag, so just be prepared. You know, we should make a Green Lantern mod. That would be kind of sweet. It would take 10 million years to actually make, but I'd be down for that. Okay. Mash assets are finally being made. Let me go grab another drink. Okay, guys. Now these are real colliders. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Those colliders are perfect. Justice proof. Wow. Okay. One thing I should have talked to Aerospice is getting rid of these. Separating these parts right here from this. Would have made that so much easier. But anyways, those are made. Colliders are perfect. Let's work on some of the collider groups. Ooh. Okay. Delete those. Let's try this again. Ah, much better. Okay. Now I'll show you guys what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna split up the each parts of the scythe after I turn on the mesh renderer. Extremely tedious, I know, but in the end it'll be worth it. What even is the talk no jutsu? I have no idea what that is. Okay, ready for this. Bam. Hopefully that covers everything. Yep. Okay. There goes number 2. And number 3. Bam. He can talk. Oh. Is that actually a thing, the talk no jutsu? I just thought that was a thing. As of right now, I'm not entirely sure. I think you can make them so they can be dismembered. It's just I think complicated because of them being custom models that are made all together. And with what I think what would need to happen is when slicing, you'd have to remove part of the model's mesh itself when it's all together. So I don't think that would be very feasible as of right now. Hey Nate, the Kamui. Yeah, so we have the Kamui as a spell already. It makes you intangible like Obito, but it's not. It's not completely perfected yet. What I did plan on doing was when you grab an enemy and you pull the trigger, they get sucked in to the space, to the Kamui, and they get just despawned. Yeah. Okay, so Clouded Group 1, 2, and 3. Those are done. Alright, guys? I knew that this weapon was going to be annoying to make, but had to be done for the mod. Had to be done for the guys. And of course, we always do the pierce first. Slash can also go on Clatterblade 1. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. I appreciate that. Have a good day, Nate. Okay, let's see what else we got. So, Zachary, what was just talked about by Lazy Bandit was that if you hold the regular Rasengan in one hand and then you pull the trigger while you, let's say, you press the spell button, it will grow into the giant Rasengan, which that I believe is a better idea. Because I was thinking about merging them and then making that into a giant Rasengan, but then it's gonna be something that's spawned in both hands, and I don't think that would really work very well. And I'm sure you could code it so that it could split off into one hand like a regular one. But what I'm gonna do is have it be like the Sage Art Rasengan, the Sage Art Giant Rasengan. How we can do it in one hand, and I think that would be a better idea. Forward. Well, let's. There we go. Now, how far should these be able to pierce into the enemy is the question. I'm not going to make it too far. You know, Zachary, you and I both can't wait, because at this point I have no idea when it's going to be done. Because this is the first Trials of the Shinobi update. It was just to get it working on this current game version. But this next one is really the overhaul to make it do everything. To really make it good for all the Naruto lovers like myself. So I want it to really be perfect. So I just have no idea how long it's going to be until I release it, because I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to this. Because this is really my mod. Alright, I think this is actually it. I think we're good, guys. So let's just put these colliders right there. 3 and 3. Connected. 2 and 2. Connected. 1 and 1. Connected. And the slash only goes one way and is connected to the front. Forward, yep. Yep. Alright. Sweet. Gestures could be used to do the 6 Paths of Pain abilities. Now that would be cool. I agree, that should be done. What we can do is make this blunt right there too, because currently this is the only blunt part of the blade or weapon. So what we can do is duplicate this real quick, drag it up. Also, for those of you guys watching, I hope you're learning a lot too, because I mean, this is that guy. What's up, that guy? Done. And done. Alright, those blunt colliders are good. Let's Let's make some little baby box colliders because we want this to be perfect. And of course, don't forget F on the keyboard is our friend. Makes you zoom in on the game object that you're currently on. That is a great idea. And definitely noted, Lazy Bandit. I had started working on the script before, and Genix tested it out for me, and he said that it kind of broke the game a little bit, so does need to be edited quite a bit. I also didn't know as much as I know now about scripting, but we'll see. Bone sticks from Kaguya. I know that's not actually what they're called, but oh, no way. Kimimaru is actually, that makes complete sense. Looking at them. That would be cool. I'll write that down. I don't know if it's actually going to make it in, but it's definitely something worth looking into. Oh, and this last one. Bam! Alright, guys, after 10 million hours of working on this weapon, I believe we are finally done. Handle, inertia tensor, blunt. Yeah, I think we're good. Cool. That definitely took forever to make, but it was all worth it in the end. That preview is beautiful, actually. But you know what we could do? Flip it around like this. Lazy Bandit, I think that is the best idea you've had yet. That would definitely be the ultimate jutsu. Nobody could stand up to it. It would just destroy everything in its path. I love it. Okay, cool. We have our heat-on scythe. That annoying weapon to make is finally done. Let's actually name everything like we're supposed to. Oh. Scythe. Save it. Just one more time for a size comparison for myself. Because I know how big the Kiba is. Bigger than key, but that's perfect. Daryl, there is no such thing as too much pie, especially when your name is Pie Pop 101. So we do not need that negativity in the chat, my friend. That would have been good for April Fools. I gotta remember that for next year. And the last Executioner's Blade. No, I feel like that's a really good size for Hedon Scythe. While I'm in the mood to be doing this, I figure why not? Oh. Well, if you guys haven't seen this already, Chakra Sword. It's just unnecessarily bright in game, and I can't figure out why. Because looking at this, there's nothing that relates to the bloom, so I can't. I'm not entirely sure what to do. Phoenix, dude, that would be cool, but I kind of like how it works now with how people need to download mods and then the way that they can comment and everything on Nexus mods. I think it works pretty well. Maybe color and alpha. Maybe if it's just set to color. Not entirely sure if that'd actually do anything, but let's try to keep it like that. So that's Boruto's Chakra Sword. More like Chakra Lightsaber, but close enough. Oh, and we have a nice... Oh, there's the Chakra Blade. 90. There we go. And then let's make it close to the size of the Chakra Saber. There we go. What do you think, guys? Close enough? Alright. Let's take a look. Actually, yeah, that looks to be sized about right compared to the chakra saber. Because the chakra saber was about the size of the antique sword, I believe. This is more of dagger sized. So let's actually put Asuma's blade next to it. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. Maybe a little bit bigger. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so listen to this. We named this the Chakra Blade. We have the Chakra Saber sword. So this is the blade. Oh yeah, I don't have Madara's gunby. Huh. Might want to add that. No kidding, lazy bandit. And of course, this is another lovely weapon, the third and final one of the night, made by Aerospice. Wonder if he's actually seen any of this video because it's all his work being shown in it today. Hopefully he thinks I'm doing him justice, because that's, well, that's the point. Trying to make this mod as amazing as I can. You know what? Let's save the material for later. Holder point stays. Handle. Let's get rid of that. Alright. Let's try it out, guys. We have our mesh. Yeah, let's make it a little bit less bright, but we have our mesh. This is the emission, metallic normal. Okay. Aerospice, you have done it again. Beautiful imbue. Just look at that. Amazing. Now the pierces the fly roof, so let's set that to 4. Also, guys, I'd recommend doing everything in order, but I'm just not doing it right now. There you go. Size properly. Right? He did a great job on it. I'd love to put Gara's abilities in game, but those are way too complex. So I'm afraid that those most likely will never be put in game. So, sorry about that. But I'm sure you can understand. Let's make it a little bit thinner. Cool, cool, cool. There we go. Now for the blunt. As we're doing this, let's go back into it and make it all of these blade like they're supposed to be done now. Yeah, Lineca does have his sand spell, so I guess he can be the one that does that. That's a bit too advanced for me. I'd prefer not to spend my entire life just working on that. Because I know he spent a long, long time doing it. Yeah, Lineca has been he's been pumping out some great mods lately. So props to him for that. Yeah, this might just be better with box colliders. I was really just trying to do it with capsule ones, but I mean, this makes life so much easier, does it not? Yep, I saw that already. And I have not yet tried it out, but I have heard many good things. Yeah, these colliders right here are not fun. Oh, I mean, that does make sense why it would lag the game. Is it a good mod, though? Does it actually work somewhat well besides that? I'd love to know. Because I know the mods that he releases are usually very good and don't lag much, if at all. Ugh. Bless me. Good to know. I'll have to take a look at it. Alright, I believe we're good with this. Yeah, he spent a long time on it, so it better be. Or he'd be fighting with the modding community. The Otto and Bjorn trigger, why don't you message him about that? Because he's very open to the community and their suggestions for this, that spell. 15 daggers, yeah, that makes a little bit more sense. That's done. And your game died. That's pretty funny. So it seems like the consensus is I should probably get it. So in that case, I definitely will make sure to. I mean, it doesn't really need a custom inertia tensor. So let's just leave it be for now. Preview looks pretty good to me. And the chakra saber. Ooh, 2 chakra sabers. Oh, that's not good. Oh, chakra blade. Oh, that's my bad. Chakra blade. There we go. What? Wait a minute, wait a minute. Hold your horses, guys. This is the chakra saber. This should be named chakra blade. This is the chakra saber. Oh, okay. That's a typo. Chakra blade. Let's rename that chakra blade. No. Unity is about to crash, I think. That's annoying. You could make a big Kurama, but I don't really know how, realistic that would be. Can somebody explain to me what my Unity is doing? Because I am lost. Why was it building it? That's annoying. Okay, let's fix this garbage up. Okay, chakra. Oh, I did Control B for build. Haha. Instead of Control V. That makes sense now. Okay. One more time, guys. Let's try it out. Control V. Control V. Save it. There we go. Delete it. Chakra blade. Saber, saber. Blade, blade. Alrighty. Much better. And that is our third and final weapon of the night. I guess while I'm on here, let me make the Jasons. Then I don't have to make them another time. But after that, it'll be time for bed. And there's not going to be anything special about this one. Konoha Chakra Blade. I am not making harem jutsu, lazy bandit, so don't even ask. You couldn't pay me to make that. You know who you could pay, though? I'm not going to say who it is out loud. Yes, Husky make... Yeah, I was going to say Husky, that's his territory. So you want something like that? Hit him up. Pierce / blunt. Just the chakra saber. No Scooby snacks. I mean, if you commission it separately as a mod, and you become a mod commissioner, then I would be happy to. Actually, no, probably not even for that. I don't even think you could pay me to make that. That's not something I want in the game. Let's leave all that to Husky. Because that horniness is his territory. Ah, what do you know? So if we go to our Jasons right here, for the Chakra Saber, it has 2 handles. So why don't we actually give it a second handle? Super easy with this one. Just duplicate it. For two whole dollars? I don't think so, buddy. That's it's not enough to convince me. Uh-huh. Okay, there's your second handle right there. And for the chakra blade, we only have one handle. I'd like to keep it that way. No, Phoenix dude, we are not doing that. Not anytime soon. Not for this game. Chakra blade is done. So we got the chakra blade, saber, and sword. The names should probably be different, but it's good enough. Good enough for me. Up next, let's take the Kabutowi axe. Oh, that should be it, actually. Then I get fire and Rasen Shuriken making lava style Rasen Shuriken. That's an amazing idea. Not entirely sure how I'd make that work or function as a merge and still make it be able to throw, but I'm down to try. Look at you, lazy bandit. You're full of good ideas tonight. Maybe I should hire you for the team. I mean, it's basically lava style. Yeah, because Kakashi did a failed um, trying to change the kind of chakra with the Rasengan and the lightning. Not sure what the term is. Let's see. Oh yeah, lazy bandit. You got something special over there. The same could be done with other elements. Yeah, that's true. Agreed, that would be very cool. Yeah, we could do a healing spell. Getting close to the proximity of the hand, I guess. Or simple, just pulling the trigger. Your hand glows, and then bam, you get your health back. Easy peasy. That wouldn't take much effort at all to do. Frankly, that'd probably be one of the easiest spells I've made. Hey, Clips. Things are going well. Just wrapping up for the night, finishing a couple Jasons. We made a couple weapons like Hedon Scythe right here. And they're all set to be put in the game for the next Trials of the Shinobi update, the Naruto mod. I don't know if you know anything about it, but that is my main thing now. Just a little bit difficult to actually do. And of course, guys, there's 3 different piercings. So, 2 and 3. Lava Style Rasen Shuriken would be awesome. Make the symbol appear on the charge. What do you mean, Lazy Bandit? What symbol? Ah. So there's 3 pierce, there's a slash, there's a blunt. Collider group. We have 3 collider groups actually. Silly me. There you go, just make sure commas are in the proper place. And we have Hedon Scythe. That should be it, guys. Bam. I just want to go through these and make sure that there's no random double handle. Demon Wind Shuriken. There is already a Sharingan mod made by Aya. Apparently it's very buggy and it doesn't really work well, but it has been made already. Sage of 6 Paths, they got the symbol on their hands. Oh, the sea, or whatever it was, the moon. That could be cool. Ooh, she squeezed Tonto. Where is it? Yeah, that sounds like a. And I think he did use the curse mark too, so you're right about that. What even is this? Hold on. It's named Shisui. Why do I not see Shisui? Shisui. Why is it under Sasuke Katana? What the heck, man? That doesn't make much sense at all, does it? Huh. Hold on. I'm just wondering why it's so bright, too. The emission isn't on to start. No? That's weird. I'm glad I'm taking a look at this. There we go. She's sweet. There we go. There we go. And it does have two handles. One here, one here. So it should have two. That's perfect. Why should Shisui's blade be able to teleport? I mean, I get that the guy was fast, but I don't know if he deserves to teleport because of it. I think for this, it might be a little excessive. No, it's not a dupe. It's a separate weapon, just placed in the wrong folder. That's all. Hirumekare. I'm sure you guys know what this one is. The butt plug sword, as Galaxy called it. One handle. Capitari. One handle. One handle. Look at this. 23 weapons. Well, not including this. 22 weapons. That's insane. Shadow Possession Jutsu is something that might be added eventually. As of right now, though, it will not be. And since I didn't make all the scripts as one script, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm gonna do this while I'm on here. You guys know that the Chidori hasn't actually been able to get imbued with lightning. You wanna know why? I forgot to make it imbuable. And I think I fixed that already, so yeah. That, now it can be imbued. So that's exactly what we want. I forget who I sent it to. I know, Lazy Bandit, it's just that'd be kind of difficult to do. And especially very difficult to control as a mod. build this real quick. Take that, put it in. Alright guys, now the Chidora will imbue again. Yay! Start imbue. Mind Possession Jutsu. Can be done. It has been done in U7. Don't know if it can still be done. Probably. Alright guys, I believe this concludes the video. We have made everything. Everything should be done properly. Yes, you can imbue your lightning with lightning. Very clever. So it can actually pierce people and electrocute them. I figured that'd be something cool to add. But with that, we have been on stream for over 2 hours. And I think it's time to call it a night. So thank you all for watching. If you have not subscribed already, definitely make sure to do so. If you haven't already and you want to download Trials of the Shinobi ahead of time, be able to download other beta mods, and just be able to get access to a bunch of other cool things, you can become a patron. So you got beta downloads, there's info for patrons only, there's some scripts, Unity packages. There's more than just one, I just didn't label the rest of them. But yeah guys, there's that, my new, where is it? My new merch store is up. So with that, thank you all for watching.